Class, welcome back. Now we are on lesson number 9, page 62. The name of the lesson is the Equatorial Forest Region. We'll be taking the equator as an important line in this lesson. Let's learn. Now, as you all have learned that the equator is the longest line, or it is also called the Great Circle. It divides the earth into two. So, if you see the equatorial forest region lies on the either side of the equator, that is 23.5 north, Tropic of Cancer, and 23.5 degrees south, Tropic of Capricorn. And this region falls in the torrid zone because it receives direct rays of the sun. The reasons are the shape of the earth, the bulging of the earth at the center, and the tilting of the earth. Now, the equatorial forest region covers nearly 6% of the earth's surface. Now, before going to the climate, we need to keep in mind that the torrid zone, or we can say in the equatorial forest region, the temperature remains hot, wet and high humid throughout the year, and there is hardly difference between summer season and winter season. Now let's go to page 63 and we'll go for climate. Now the climatic condition of equatorial forest is very something very different. This region, it is very hot, humid, because it receives direct rays of the sun throughout the year. The length of the day and nights are equal. This region receives heavy rainfall throughout the year due to high humidity. The mornings are characterized by bright sunshine, and in the afternoon, heavy evaporation clouds gather in the sky due to the evaporation from the water bodies, that you can say the Pacific Ocean, you can say the Atlantic Ocean and the Indian Ocean. So they have heavy rainfall. Now the nights are pleasant. They receive afternoon rainfall with thunderstorm. Every day in the afternoon, say around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, between that time, there are thunderstorm and then heavy rainfall. Like what we had today. We had thundering and lightning in the afternoon. Did you all observe that? So there is not much seasonal change observed in this region. The countries which lie in this region do not experience, like I have said, winter or any dry season. It is wet. Now class, before we go to the vegetation, let's take the fact file which is on page 63. Now the Amazon rainforest is the largest rainforest in the world. More than 500,000 different species of insects, that is, you can say 40,000 different plants, and more than 1,500 bird species are found here. Other than that, there is one bird which is called toucan. Now this bird is the loudest bird in the Amazon rainforest, and its cry sound can be heard at the distance of almost half a mile. Another thing I would like to bring to your notice is that I learned here, you can say that is in South America, in the Andes, there are not only rainforests, but they also have cloud forests. So now let's go to the vegetation. Due to the heavy rainfall throughout the year, a flourishing variety of plant life is found in the equatorial rainforest, which is really very rich. The scientists say that there are many of the species of plants and birds and animals are yet to be discovered. It is yet a secret. The trees that grow in this forest are so-called evergreen. Why? Because they do not shed their leaves at the same time. They bear flowers and fruits and shed their leaves during different time of the year. Now we are going to do in detail about the equatorial rainforest. Now the forest can be divided into layers. This forest is there, but it is in 4 layers. Let us start from the ground floor. What you can say, the lowest layer is the forest floor. Now this layer is consists of dry fallen leaves, fallen fruits from the upper layers. Now it is so dark. Why? Because sunlight cannot reach this layer because of the thick upper layers, and this layer is almost green dark. The second layer is a understory, and this layer that lies above the forest floor has shrubs, small trees, ferns, creeper and orchids. Then the next layer is the layer above the layer is canopy. This is the densiest layer formed by branches and leaves of taller trees. And animals are found here in abundance. And in this layer, food is available. It's plenty of food. And the highest layer, the last layer, is the emergent layer. It comprises the branches of the tallest tree. This layer receives ample sunlight and rainfall. They say that it rains, but for a raindrop to reach the forest floor takes around, they say, around half an hour. Means one drop to reach down takes around half an hour. And there are variety of trees and other plants, and lot of products are made from them, and there are variety of medicinal plants found in the equatorial forest region. Now let's go to the animal life. Now the equatorial rainforest is a home to a large variety of animals yet to be discovered, but whatever we know, let's see. Now different kinds of animals are found in the different layers of the forest, that you keep one in mind. The animals commonly found are monkeys, chimpanzees, flying foxes, flying squirrels, birds, and they all live on trees. In the water, that is turtles, snakes, crocodiles, frogs, and large variety of fishes. Among the birds is toucan, hummingbirds, macaw, and parrots, which are common. Now we go to page number 65, and that is human life. Now here a large number of tribes inhabit the equatorial forest region. Now these people live a life away from the modern world, civilization, that is even today. Now these people life is full of hardships and challenges because climate is hot, humid, wet throughout the year with heavy rainfall. So their homes and their food habits, the clothes are very, very different. Now they have insects, and these insects that are found here are very challenging. Example, let's say, that is what is that such insects they have that causes different illnesses, and these people fight against it. And that is, one is malaria, that is caused because of mosquito. The mosquito of the equatorial forest and in the city is very different. And another is a sleeping sickness caused by the testy fly, which is common. Now here the people here mainly depend upon agriculture, hunting and fishing for food. Now these people, they practice shifting agriculture. Shifting agriculture means these people, they clear the land and trees and burn them down, and then they use this land for cultivation. And the fertility of a soil is so much that within 2-3 years again they have to move away. So they keep moving for agriculture from one land to another. Plantation agriculture, page 65. Now we need to know what is plantation agriculture. Now plantation agriculture is practiced mainly for commercial purpose. Now first this system was introduced in early times by the Romans, and then it was adapted by the Europeans. What they do is it is referred to cultivation of cash crops and on a very large scale, mostly in the tropical region, referring like planting of single crop, like they will have like tea plantation, coffee plantation, rubber plantation, cocoa. Now tea is for tea leaves, coffee beans, rubber bark you get from the bark, and cocoa again bean. Now let's talk about we can talk about which beans. Let's talk about coffee. Okay, now they say, just a small knowledge for you, that coffee, it takes, they say, if 1 kg of coffee, if you want, it is of 7 kg of coffee beans makes 1 kg of coffee. 7 kg of coffee beans make 1 kg of coffee, and these beans have to be turned into red color, and then they are hand picked, hand picked, or you can say hand plucked, and it is in the spring season is a harvest season for coffee. Now I want you all to go to page 66, and that is new words, and let's recall. Let's know about the tribes and the country which they belong to. Let's start with South America. The tribe is called Yanomamo, and it is Amazon rainforest. Then Pygmies of Congo Basin, Bantus of Zaire, Dayaks of Borneo, and Semangs of Malaysia. Now children, let's go to page 66. Exercise A. Choose the correct answer. The first one. Rainfall is accompanied by thunderstorm in the equatorial rainforest. You can say afternoon also. Afternoon thunderstorm. Second one. The equatorial region rise in the torrid zone. The dash is the lowest layer of the equatorial, and that is forest floor. Plantation agriculture is practiced in this region mainly for commercial purposes. Then take the odd man out. The first one, anaconda, and the second one is thunderstorm. Now write whether true or false. The first one, the climate of the equatorial region is hot and dry throughout the year. It is false. It is hot and wet. So it is false. Second one, the people practice slash and burn method of farming. False. It is shifting cultivation. Page 67. The flying squirrel and the flying foxes are common in the equatorial forest. True. Malaria and sleeping sicknesses are common illness of this region. True. Parrots, macaw, hummingbirds are also found in this forest. True. I also want you all to go through the map on page 62. Practice that. And forest, equatorial forest, which has a diagram, practice that too. It's important.